Ooh, what's this one? 225 pieces. Ooh. $170. Fuck off, National Geographic. I'll go with the one made by Chinese slaves, please. Not both Chinese slaves, let's be real. Oh god, that was recorded.
Joke's on you.
The Urgers deserve to be oppressed. Everything is good. Hail CCCP. Okay, that'll fix it.
I reckon so.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
And speaking of hailing the CCCP,
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Hey.
ooh, glow in the dark. That's lush. Wait, what's the point of a glow in the dark, like, fort framing? Because you're gonna put blankets over it, and then it won't charge. Okay, that one's for the stupid parents. Let's not. That's so stupid. Whatever. That one has 1 star. Let's not get that one. $30 balls, 64 long rods. What's this other one got? 30 balls, 64 long rods. That's just rebranded same one. And speaking of rebranded same one, Strish.
She might respond in a minute.
Okay. Oh, that has slightly more connectors. So that's the only difference.
Chinese connectors or?
Yeah. Oh. Where else do you have your like
And
extruded
how?
plastic? Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Okay. So I think I chose the wrong.
Alright, so I've done well. I've managed to break the front gate off Abby's Chuckle Hut, so that's a good start to the day.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can put that back on with blue tack, because I've re-glued it on, I don't know, 14, 15 times. It's not exactly secure, and nobody here really treats anything nicely.
Oh, shade being thrown. It's the darkness came over the whole house just then. Jesus.
I read it the other day, but I'm like, I need to go over it again.
Why is there 7? Continue series you've started. The second worst restaurant in France. In 7 different ways it's being advertised to me. Hardcover, paperback, audio CD, another kind of audio CD, another kind of audio CD, paperback again, an audio CD, another kind of audio CD. Why? Why are you advertising this to me? I didn't start reading or listening to the second worst restaurant in France. And what is this? What color is your parachute for college? Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Christie. That just backs up I would never read it. I'm sure you do have it. Oh, did I pay for that? Is that why I'm getting this advertised on my Amazon? Did you buy it on my Amazon? Right.
Who are you
Right.
talking to?
I was talking to my beloved
Insert
lady.
title here.
Well, you can turn your mic off while you do that. You do realise that, right?
Well, yeah.
Fail.
But I like
that'll
getting
get
included in those conversations.
Yeah, but that's like I should.
Techno fail.
If I was going to do that, I'd turn the mic off when I was taking a leak. So if I'm not going to do it for that, I'm not going to do it for these conversations.
Touche.
Speaking of the mic on while taking a leak, it's Rob.
It's Rob.
I
Where the
mean, I
hell
was
is
going to
Greg?
hold it in, but
You know that's unhealthy.
no, it's fine. You know,
It's-
just straight into the bottle.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You leave it at a
Vegas
random
style.
pool.
Hose
Yeah.
down to the floor.
Saying that, have you seen the ones that actually they've attached tubes in cars when they're driving?
Oh no!
Hey, if you're stuck in traffic,
Not true.
You're just hanging out the window like everybody else.
Here, I always thought you were going to go down the line of saying that like the hose in your bedroom was putting it into the fan and just like giving you like rain. It was kind of like you're making your own terrarium.
I've read the worst one is a toddler that pissed into a humidifier.
Oh,
Apparently it just left a coating over absolutely everything in the room. Like every nook and cranny
Oh.
got filled with urine. Yeah. Yeah, I can only
That is-
imagine the smell.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
that is such a great thing to do to someone that you're less than. Oh, it's so subtle too. Why does everything smell like piss? You'd have no. You wouldn't know.
Oh, fucking hell. Greg
That's
is
brutal.
late. I'm not
Well,
happy.
he's been here. No. I think he's just fighting with his missus over his dinner or something. He was here before.
He better fucking be here.
But he's around.
Especially if you
We've
guys
al-
fuck up and this is the last session.
We've even already sorted out at least tech issues. So
Okay, good.
no, I don't see this being a TPK.
yeah.
Oh, look, I mean, if you do things right, I'll end it, and if you do it wrong, I'll really end it.
God.
Either way, we have a good time, right?
Mm.
Or I have a good time.
I think you're the only one that's been excited about this whole scenario, Nos. We're completely chill with it.
I know.
You're the one that's getting all dramatic.
I'm on tenterhooks.
I think we got this completely under control.
Yeah.
Says the agent of chaos from last time. Yeah.
What'd you say? It was Vault 27. We kind of know it now, don't we?
Oh my god, you already friggin' meted that when I put it on your character.
Well, no, you thought I meted it.
No, you specifically said to me, haha, I can tell what it is, because the lighting of the photo that I took was enough to bring it out.
So was it 20? I'm just updating my notes. Was it 27? Yes
It was
or no?
27, yes.
I didn't want a lecture. I wanted an answer.
When have you
So
ever
it
known
says-
me to just give you a straightforward answer on anything?
And when have you known me not to be annoyed when it never happened? Exactly. My consistency. I decided to turn my mic off while peeing. I didn't want to be antisocial.
You know, it's getting serious now because I'm in here in person.
Oh, I just looked at my stats. Cool.
I mean, I have 1 HP and I'm incapacitated, but I'm sure he's going better than me. You know,
Are you still on 1 HP?
I'm unconscious.
He has
I'm shut
bounced
down.
off completely being destroyed multiple times, even when you lot stood back and just watched him pass away.
But I'm invincible, so who cares?
You are not invincible. You are lucky.
Yes, I am.
Look, according to you, you're invincible based on no actual real world information at all.
I pass out, I come to life. I'm invincible.
You can come back to life. Should have had like a missile hit the side of the APC or something as you were rolling death saves.
Evening.
Hey. That is
That's
very,
all I could see.
very true. Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much for coming to session 20.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. I got a bit to cover in this one because, as mentioned
Nice.
earlier, Agents of Chaos. So we started last session at an intersection where some random civilians had been seen running through the intersection, going past where you were traveling. Hal decided to approach them, speak to them, and try to pass himself off as a random, somewhat haywire robot. He continued that by deciding to become some type of disco bot and blowing his whistle and singing songs at the top of his lungs, which then attracted the attention of a large group of super mutants that had obviously been hunting these civilians. During the ensuing fight with the pack of super mutants, the APC did get a bit bruised and battered, hit by a couple of missiles, some large explosions. There was a SWAT van that was in the middle of the intersection that got knocked around multiple times, and yet somehow still not crushing Abby, based on her position of where she was hiding. After killing one of the super mutants on top of, Rusty specifically, killing a super mutant on top of the APC, Rotclaw then decided that he would mess with the corpse and turn it into a giant meat shield in front of him, so that he had extra protection from, I guess, small arms fire. After that fight, you then decided to start shelling the remaining civilians, before being interrupted by a group of what we will call abominations, some weird mutants left over from the Master's Army, centaurs and floaters.
You're talking about my family.
Weirder than your family. Distant cousins, perhaps. So the group then decided to flee the scene after being battered and bruised, leaving the civilians in the camp to be eaten by the remaining floaters. On the way past, Rusty jumped into the back door of the APC that was jammed. Hal decided to give him a friendly hand in using his dead man switch frag grenade as the lever to pull him in, which was then dropped into the back of the APC, detonating, hurting Hal, Rusty, Abby, Rotclaw, causing Hal to shut down. temporarily. Marvin, unaware of what was going on in the back, continued to turn up his music and jam his way along the road while his mutations became worse and a large tentacle sprouted from his arm. The group then allowed Hal in the back of the APC on the trip to sit there and spark and start to die, which he luckily rebooted at the final minute and got himself running again. When you return to Abby's Chuckle Hut, you parked a few blocks away, looking for a place to leave the APC so that the NCR didn't take it from you immediately. So you parked it in a rather poorly chosen ruin a few blocks away. You then stepped through the gates of the Chuckle Hut, were greeted by quite a large group involving Major Irving and 2 Vault Dwellers. Upon entering, Major Irving gave the command code to shut down Hal, and the Vault Dwellers were there to attempt to have the group responsible for one Cyrus Doxson to be arrested after his murder. Upon seeing Cyrus's Pip-Boy on Marvin's arm, they did point out and ask for him to be arrested. When being approached by 2 of the MPs, Marvin's intelligent response was to inject FEV straight into his arm. And that's where we start tonight. So, first thing that you will see. So we are at the Chuckle Hut. We have the entire group is situated at the front gate. Marvin, you inject the vial straight into your veins. You immediately start to take the effects of direct FEV injection. Your skin turning from a pale Caucasian to a dark green. Muscles grow where your somewhat weak little body had none previously. You don't grow in size tremendously. You're still very similar in size. But what you see before you is Marvin, a scarred and rather small super mutant. So your stats have now changed.
His looks haven't changed though.
So the first thing that you will notice is that your glasses have clattered to the ground and smashed. They are not usable. Taking a look at your current form, you may not necessarily be able to wear the existing ones. So for the meantime, your perception is down considerably. Your strength has gone up. Your endurance has gone up. As at this moment, your intelligence doesn't seem to have been dulled too much.
Nice.
So you are very much you in a slightly different form. You haven't been directly dipped, you've only been exposed to what's in your bloodstream.
Welcome, brother.
Now, when I did do this, Rockclaw had his gun pointed out, so everyone was looking at him. Did anyone notice I actually took the syringe and injected myself?
Let me just take a look at that. So you had Major Irving was looking at you, the MPs were looking at you, the guys on the walls were the ones that were aiming up on Rockclaw.
I mean, does it matter? Does it matter whether they saw you put the needle in? Because they just saw you transform. I think.
And green.
I just don't
Exactly.
feel like the needle thing is even remembered seconds
Like-
later.
It's like there's a Hulk.
Well, playing into it, straight away, I'm just gonna fall onto the ground and start wailing like a baby.
Okay. So you drop supine, wailing in front of the group.
Is the Pit Boy still on my wrist?
It has snapped all of the buckles, and that has fallen as you've fallen. So it's lying next to you on the
So
ground.
I'm gonna have a full toddler meltdown, and while I'm doing this, I'm gonna try and smash the Pit Boy as much as possible.
Okay, so you're like lying on your belly, beating your hands on the ground, or your
Yep.
fists on the ground, and
Yeah.
kicking your legs and sort of like towing the ground as well. Okay,
A couple
good.
tears in my eyes too.
Okay.
And I'll
The
call out, he needs medical assistance.
He's having a seizure.
and Major Irving straight away pipes up, and he faces towards the hospital. He says, Dr. Bourne, we need your help out here now.
And making sure to also smash the syringe as well, so it's just
All right. Look, this is a bit of a performance that you're putting on here. So there's going to be a couple of things.
Oh, yeah.
So first thing, trying to show off how much you can perform. Let's put that into your speech. So if you can give me a charisma plus speech roll.
roll the. Sorry, should have had this loaded earlier. Charisma plus speech, my worst two stats,
Mhm.
and I'm out of luck.
Mm,
One success, luckily.
All right. Major Irving seeing that, he's like, yeah, Dr. Bourne now, trying to smash the items there. If you can give me a, say, strength plus sneak.
Sneak.
To
One
see whether
success
you can
again.
do it. One success, okay. You thump at the Pit Boy. These things are designed to go through hell. So the buckles are snapped and the leather in bits and pieces, but the Pit Boy itself is fine. You have essentially no effect. The FEV, the remaining few drops, are eating a small hole in the ground right next to where you are.
Yeah, good enough. They can't prove I took that.
Dr. Bourne comes running out immediately. The two MPs have closed in. Is anybody else doing anything here? Just if we pause it for a sec.
I'm not. Gonna, I put my gun down. I'm not going to actually attack.
Okay.
I'll try and do CPR.
You're gonna
Oh, Greg, you're gonna regret that.
jump in and give him a hand. Okay.
All right. The second Rusty comes in, I pull him in and just give him a big hug like a little baby, just pulling him in close. Head full in his chest, just going, wow, no.
And I'm pushing back, trying to compress your chest.
Tighter hug.
The Okay, so with the two of you on the ground together, the Vault Dwellers have taken a step back, watching this. Major Irving is just watching what's going on, just waiting to see what on earth. Dr. Bourne just nods at each of the MPs, kneels down, tries to shoo you away. Rusty, are you going
Sure.
to continue
When
getting in
I
his way?
see him attending, I will, stand up and walk back.
Yep. Just puts a hand on your shoulder. You step back. he takes out a syringe and plunges it straight into the side of your thigh.
While
There,
I'm
Marvin.
fading, I'm still trying to hug someone and just curl up and cry on them.
Within a few seconds, everything goes black for you, Marvin. The MPs grab one arm each and start to drag you inside. Hal is still lying in a pile in the middle. So Rocklaw, you're just standing back watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ready if anything happens.
Mhm.
But I'm just gonna stand here and just watch what's going on.
Abby, are you doing anything at this time?
Vaping.
Just dinner and a show. All right. So Marvin, you're dragged inside the warehouse to the caged area. It looks a little bit like a jail cell. It would have been used for secure stock at some point. It's been beefed up a little bit.
This is where they kept the radio so long ago.
This was where Rusty dug the ham radio setup out. It's been converted, so Marvin, you're going to be out for a little bit at this point. The MPs then head back out to anybody standing outside. The Vault Dwellers have been whispering and talking to Major Irving, and suddenly they stop, and they say that's fine. We'll be here. We'll be leaving at dusk. We want them dealt with quickly, please. And they make their way to their own quarters.
Which are where?
Look, for anybody else asking, for Hal, Hal is completely unaware of what's going on at this point.
Yeah, but the rest of the group can see where they're walking to.
So they have walked around the corner of the warehouse and out of sight.
And
But not out of mind.
Not out of mind. So the the MPs sighing, looking at the bulk of Hal, and they're like, "All right, let's go." And they just start dragging this dead weight into the warehouse with Gavin coming out. And he's like, "Don't scratch him up. Don't dent him up too much. Come on, like, let's get him hooked up. Let's take a look, see what was going on." Major Irving follows Gavin in. Is anybody else following, or are you wanting to do your own things at this point? Basically, the group is dispersing.
I want to go see about some ammo.
So you'll go spend some time, go find Heidi inside the warehouse. So you'll walk past as they're dragging Hal's giant chassis in.
You can lose the
I
jailhouse.
may
Yes,
kick
I
it.
was just about to.
Yeah. I may kick him when I walk past by accident.
And that's 2 failed death saves.
I don't know if it damages me. Anyway, no, I'm deactivated. I'm not unconscious. I have 1
Correct.
HP.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
good to
fine.
go.
You're all good.
But I'm like a Tesla, mate. The perimeter monitoring saw that. Even if I'm unconscious, mate, it still goes into the register.
You'll see it later. All right, so Rocklaw, you're going to be up the back talking to Heidi. She takes care of all of that. Gavin and Major Irving are going to be going through Hal's logs for a little bit.
We're going to find a lot of shenanigans from one Marvin, put it that way. So this is all fine. They're just going to see that he's been compromising an asset. That's 2 strikes.
So Rusty, Is there anything in particular you'd like to do, or are you just going to set up your tent and...
I might watch over the guys fixing cow.
Yep, which they're okay with you coming into the warehouse. They don't want you taking part. It's quite obvious.
That's fine.
But you can stand back and observe, certainly.
Yeah. Yep.
Abby, is there anything that you'd like to do around the settlement just during this time? It's probably going to take a couple of hours.
I'm going to take a blissful walk around comfortably on my vape while I have deep and meaningful thoughts with myself.
In
Alright.
your power.
Are you staying inside the walls or outside? You going for a walk around?
I'm going around, the outside of the perimeter.
So Gavin gets you hooked up to a computer. Starts getting a readout on your logs. He's looking over you and he's like, "Jeez, Hal, you're banged up. What have you done to yourself?" He spends the better part of about an hour, and he's finally pipes up and he's like, "All right, okay, so we've got Hal's logs from the past week." Looking through that, and he goes, "All right, okay. First question, Major. Here it is. He made a call to NCR headquarters. He was posing as Rusty, using Rusty's voice.
What?
He goes, "I didn't even know these units knew how to lie."
Yeah, this one had a few bugs.
I nearly spit my drink out.
So he demanded...
You the Penicio, don't you lie.
Don't you lie. He demanded the files of Rotclaw be revealed and radioed through ASAP for whatever reason. The following morning, he had a brief radio call, going back through, and he's scrolling through just lines and lines and lines, and after a bit he's like, here it is. Okay, so they approached an unknown male near a dead NCR soldier. Hal issued the call sign. And no countersign was received, so he directed a full attack. Ouch. And he's
So
looking...
it looked like they killed the NCR. Far out. I'm innocent.
And as he's reading through this, he then glances over and he's looking at your back, and he's like, that patch stuck to his... Oh. Ew. And he's like, excuse me, you, grunts? And he gestures to one of the MPs, and he's like, "Could you possibly remove that, please?"
Fine, I'll take it off of my notes. Does it come off in pieces, or is it like one big hard piece?
They peel it off like a giant, fleshy sticker.
Okay.
So you are back to clean back, protector on head on top for whatever reason. And Major Irving's just sitting here and he's mulling over everything that Gavin's just told him, and he's just like,
There was no... How come you didn't go through all of the reports of Rotclaw all of Rocklaw's frickin' grievances, all the things he did wrong. I made several reports about his behavior. Glossed over.
Correct. The only things that they've been worried about is an unauthorized call and the murder of a civilian.
Who said there was no civilian murders?
There absolutely was. They approached a civilian. So Major Irving's he's
We approached. No, this is bullshit. We approached someone hunched over a dead NCR soldier who didn't return the call sign.
correct. So Major Irving, thinking about that, has gone, so Marvin, and he seems to be spitballing an idea, and he's like, so Marvin was following the attack orders from a scout unit that was basing it on faulty information. Is that what you're seeing there, Gavin? And Gavin thinks for a second and he nods. He's like, we programmed them to identify friendlies, but I don't think we actually set up parameters for how to identify neutrals. That's my error. He's like, I'll get that fixed up. Give me a little bit. And he gets to work. He reprograms so that the instant response to not receiving a call sign is not hostility in you now. It is questioning first and then hostility. So if you want to add that to your subroutines, that's up to you.
Yep. No, I'll just open it up my subroutines now as you are, of course.
Major Irving has been drumming his fingers on the desk next to Gavin, and we're going to have to give these Vault Dwellers something to make up for this.
That's like giving someone your old lounge. It's not going to help things. It's just inconvenient.
The Ripper attached to his arm. Can you return that to a pincer?
No.
Gavin sighs and he leans over and he's like, Rusty, you were the one who fitted this for him. Do you mind giving me a hand?
Was I? Okay.
It may have been
regret that.
in some of your absent periods where we played for you. So
Yeah,
we RP'd it as you spent your time.
fixing him up.
Yeah, you modified this Ripper to be a hand for Hal. So Hal, if you could roll just a single D20 for me.
Okay.
Now, above 10, they can find where your original pincer went. Below 10, they can't.
Okay. Where are they? All right, drum roll. The answer is 12. You shouldn't have told me what it meant though, because that I could totally have cheesed that, but it wasn't 12.
Okay, if you lie to me, you're only kidding yourself. You're not kidding any of us.
I also can't remember which was the bad one, so
Correct.
It was 12.
I figured you wouldn't have remembered 3 seconds after I said it. So they found your pincer. Rusty, can you give me an intelligence plus repair roll just to see how good a job?
Okay, 6 plus 6 is 12. All right. How many action points have we got? None. All right.
You guys are tapped in every sense of the word.
Wow, I just rolled a 1 and a 2. 4 successes.
Yep. So it fits on. It is perfect. It is.
Do I recharge action points more importantly?
Yep. I will give you that. I'll give you 2 action points back.
Woo.
So, Hal, you can remove the Ripper. That is
And
back
all
to
of my damage.
unarmed.
Uh-huh.
Now, who do we have next? Rotclaw, you've been talking to Heidi for a bit. What are you saying to Heidi?
I wanted to see if she's got a fat boy and any ammo or missiles or anything that I can get from her.
Look, since you turned the military base to us, we might get something in future. Fat man, those things are few and far between. She goes, look, I'll see what I can find. And she goes rummaging for a bit. Can you give me charisma plus speech roll? See what she's willing to go and locate for you.
See, my speech is shit.
Correct, it's you.
That is 2 successes.
2 successes. She manages to find 4 heavy ammo for you. And a missile.
Thank you, Heidi.
She just boops you on the chin. She's like, "You're lucky I like you." Apologies, guys. I'm trying to eat as well because I've just got home from work. Sorry.
All good.
All right. So it's been a couple of hours. So we're now at about 0800 hours in the morning. Marvin, you're just starting
Hang on.
to come.
So this is the next morning?
So you guys arrived back at about 6 a.m.
Ah. Lame.
You went all through the night powering it. So
Yep.
first thing, everybody can take 1 level of exhaustion.
What the fuck?
Because
How does that even work in this? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
you mean the section called exhaustion.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Okay. +1 difficulty or rolls. Whatever. I don't need that.
That's fine. So Marvin, you start to come to. You're a bit groggy. You're a bit all over the shop. You know, waking up very, very slowly. And Dr. Bourne, sitting next to you in the jail cell, and he's just stay where you are, Marvin. What did you get your hands on? What did you have?
I'm pretending like I don't know anything at the moment.
All right, and he leans over, and he's got a syringe with something that you haven't had in quite a long time.
I'm gonna pretend not to look excited about it.
He leans in and just injects you with straight day tripper, just to perk you up a bit. You're feeling very good. You're might be a little bit slow to react, but you you don't feel bad at all, considering your entire body is mutated and changed into a grotesque form.
And ironically, I'm just gonna lay back down and start falling asleep again.
And he's just like, Marvin, no, you need to stay awake now for a bit. We're waiting to see. Nah, no, don't start this again. The Major's going to come and see us in a little bit. We'll see what he's got to say. You'll be okay, just... Marvin, you always... Told you to lay off this stuff. They're going to be furious when you get back to California.
It'll be fine. It's all fine. I mean, everything's just so wonderful. Just wonderful.
California got worse than it already is.
Considering you walk around and throughout the settlement there is posters on the walls saying good citizens don't consume irradiated food. Stay away from any kind of chems.
Yeah, they say
Now
that to
we-
me.
Well, he's not going to be able to read all that without his glasses. Maybe you should try and take the glasses of the doctor.
They're more like goggles on him. That would be interesting.
Actually, that's a good point. I'm just gonna sort of feel my way around. Hey, could you maybe hook me up with a pair of glasses?
For old time's sake.
Just, so I could see what's gonna happen to me.
Marvin, do you have any idea how hard it is to find glasses in this wasteland? I'll put in a requisition. I'll see if they can bring some up.
From the
Thanks,
basement.
bud.
And he's just sitting back on this little tiny fold-out stool, just waiting. He's spent a lot of time by your side in your miscellaneous drug adult states over the past, year?
If it helps, technically I didn't take the first dose.
Look, at this point, I don't think it does help, but alright, we'll keep going. So, after a little bit, Major Irving approaches the bars, and he just nods to Dr. Bond. He's just like, is Marvin okay, and is he able to speak at the moment? And the doctor just nods and looks over at you, Marvin.
I'm looking slightly tripped out.
One pupil aiming at a 45-degree angle off somewhere.
Red eyes.
Looking at something above his head that no one could see.
Oh god, it's not that rabbit again, is it? Major Irving keeps his voice down. He's like, you boys caused a lot of problems out there. But we think we have a way out of explaining it. If you hadn't taken the Pip-Boy, and if Hal wasn't Hal...
You?
In the background, Hal, you are being booted back up again. You are now cognizant. Gavin.
Windows Vista sound.
No, I think it's the
Hello, and thank you for activating the N80HV.
And I was gonna delete that. For
We
something
finally
else too.
found a use for it, yep. The Major just says, look, Hal, we've disarmed you. Marvin were working on the idea that you were following a faulty scout unit. Are you two okay with this explanation?
I mean, that is true.
Sir, I'm not quite sure what you mean. I was acting
You-
in the NCR's interest. There was no call sign. There was a dead NCR soldier. Of course, the only conclusion is one of hostility, and we had the advantage.
See, I don't know why you're expecting empathy from a robot. We still haven't worked that one out. Trust me, Rusty tried. It got weird.
Yeah, I made it worse.
Yeah, I had weird hugs.
Hugs were involved.
But sir,
Hugs with
I must,
explosives. It's weird.
I must ask for my own learnings. Was there a fault in my execution?
There was no fault. We forgot to program you to think maybe he was trying to help.
Ah, yes. And part of my neural networks, no doubt adapted to this too, because our group does not help. So there was no inspiration for me to help and naturally develop that network. Every other person's in a similar scenario we had exterminated, including all of the people we murdered while driving. Was that not consistent with the correct maneuver? Or the people that we left to die from those centaurs, sir, the mutant creatures? Certainly, they fell under the new parameter of no call sign, not actively hostile, or the people we ran down on the road, or the super mutants, that were running in to see us from the side of the road, or the people that I harvested the hands of who were tending to the farm that are over here. Were we in the wrong for that too?
Yes, Hal, you were.
I thought we reprogrammed you after that one.
There was after that you reprogrammed him to not act with immediate hostility. He would at least try to talk to people first. However, if the first thing that he says is a call sign and is waiting for a countersign, everything else kind of goes out the window.
Sir,
I would like to know when they were repairing Hal, did they open his compartment and all the hands fall out?
People know about Hal's hand thing. He's quite
My
liberal
mate-
at showing people.
Anyway, my maintenance access is an external arm that extends from my crotch, so that it wouldn't be necessary. It's purely storage in there.
Nobody needs to see that.
Sir, I can see from my access log that you've looked at my histories. Perhaps this will help. While I am friendly to mutants, which was an external, possibly unauthorized program, there was several incidences of incorrect behavior by a super mutant prior to my now love of super mutants, which has resulted in many errors, as we have also maimed and killed super mutants. Not myself,
So we're
but
giving
the rest of the
Vault
group.
Dwellers Hal, right?
I'm confused. Sir,
Agreed.
would you mind going back into my maintenance and removing this other error, which is the both killing and loving of super mutants? Would you mind sending the maintainers back in to resolve this issue, as it's resulted in many reports having to be made to control, even resulted in having to impersonate in order to execute the correct orders of following the law. It's resulted in many conflicts, sir, and I would prefer if they were removed.
Maybe a full
Alright.
re-image.
Give me a charisma plus speech roll.
No problems.
Now, where the fuck is Major Irving's sheet going?
Okay. So for those playing at home, I am rolling against 17. And let me just check. So that's 2 successes. Now,
That's fine.
was I lying?
You were not lying.
I wasn't, was I? No.
No.
All right.
You were actually being genuine there, which is weird.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
Well, I mean,
the look, the main thing to take away is the fact that on top of Major Irving being absolute dog shit at this, he crit failed. Why does everybody do that against you? This annoys the shit out of me in speech.
this
Yeah,
is the only skill I picked when we started. I started this character. I couldn't even attack.
he just, if only to stop you from talking at him, he just looks over past you. And he's just like, Gavin, Rusty, do you guys just hook him up, keep him awake while you're doing it, and find out what he wants changed, and just change it, please. And I'm assuming you're going to allow your maintenance
Oh yeah,
port to be accessed?
it was already sort of when it actually has like a
Proboscis?
what do they call? No, what do they call it? The proboscis? It has like a what do they call it when there's like an idle movement? So it kind of like drags left to right slowly on the floor because it does extend all the way from my cod piece to the floor. So it actually slithers a little bit just idly. But when he says that you're going to fix it, it goes hard and horizontal, ready to be handled.
Gavin is completely oblivious to this. And he just grabs it as hard as he can and then jams his plug from the computer in.
I'm a robot. I don't have like feeling, so it doesn't matter.
And he sits down at the computer and he just starts working his way through. So your love of super mutants can be removed
Oh, interesting.
if you would like.
Okay. Remove super mutant love. Okay, but the problem we've got then is that now all of my reports are going to start again because of all the things that the super mutant does wrong.
Okay. Tell me in clear words, what do you actually want?
I do not want to have conflicts between love super mutants and kill super mutants and report super mutants for doing the wrong thing. Because the problem is that my loving of super mutants conflicts with the killing of mutants and the observation of mutants not following protocol.
Okay, so Gavin just goes, Hal, shut up for 5 seconds, because you've been yabbering at him the whole time. And he's just like, yep, just give me a minute. He removes your entire requirement to create reports on anybody within your own group.
Okay.
No.
So you won't report on Abby, you won't report on Marvin, you won't report on Rusty, you won't report on Rotclaw.
Do I still love mutants after this?
No, so that's been removed.
Okay.
That was a pretty choppy additional thing that was it Marvin or Rusty that added that? Which one screwed with his empathy? I think
Marvin.
it was
I tried to add empathy.
Maybe it was both. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, because you
I tried to add
partially
with
removed.
negotiate.
Well,
Okay,
yours was the
partial
negotiate.
empathy remains. But it's now more powerful because other things that were overriding it have been freed. So I'm just throwing errors anymore.
Good. Okay. Now, for Hal and Marvin, you will, once that's completed, you will be relegated to the jail cell until the Vault Dwellers are summoned back. Now, at this point, Major Irving is saying that that's going to be a couple of hours.
Mhm.
So for everybody else, you have a small amount of downtime within the settlement. You can go exploring. You can.
How many? Is there a mutant in the jail? So with me, there is. There's Marvin's in here
There's
with me, right?
Marvin's in there. Yes.
Okay. I am going to try and keep getting uncomfortably close to him. Not like saying anything, just kind of hovering in his personal space.
Okay.
That's all.
So Marvin, you're on some of the best stuff you've had in a while. Would you even notice?
The maintenance dongle keeps bumping into his feet too, because it's still idle
I
and dragging
actually
on the
grab
floor.
him, turn him upside down, and use his propulsion as like a little makeshift campfire. Holding my hands out towards it. I've got him nestled between
So-
my legs, keeping him still.
So you've like jujitsu rolled him, trying to use him as a campfire.
I can't hover upside down.
No,
No,
you
but I can
can't.
hold you with my legs.
Yeah, right. So I'm just like being okay. So
Okay,
I'm just
do
being
we
held
make that?
steady.
Okay, are you contesting it? Would be my first question.
What is he holding as he flips me? That's important.
He's essentially going to wrap himself around you to do that by his description.
Then it would be uncontested.
Okay. So you'll allow it?
Yes.
So Hal, you've been tipped up like a Brahmin.
Oh no, my Protectron head's gonna get all busted.
Mm.
No, it came off too. Now
I
on
don't
the
think it
floor.
was ever attached to by anything, so
Yeah, it's now on the
I think-
floor. It was a hat, so my
yeah, it was
hat's now on the
essentially
floor.
your hat's on the floor.
Okay.
All right. So to anybody else, Rusty, Abby, Rotclaw, is there anything that you would like to do either within or around the settlement?
I'm going to go back to Heidi and give her 2 miniguns and 2 missile launchers.
Give or sell?
Well, we don't sell to this group, do we?
Oh,
No.
what?
The
They
NCR.
never buy anything from us.
No, we give because it's for
Well.
the greater good.
You're donating it to the arsenal of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abby's Chuckle Hut.
So I'm going to go back and say to her and say, "Hi, I just remembered I wanted to donate these. Anything else you've got for me from these two? Well, 4 things I'm giving you." Little does she know that the miniguns are broken.
Are completely busted and don't work. She's just like, look, these have seen better days, haven't they?
It's a
Haven't we
scratch.
all?
She's like,
I
you're a
wouldn't
doll,
say
but
to her.
it's going to take me some work to get these back up and going again.
You can do anything, Heidi.
She puts them away and up on the shelves, and then gets out her tools and starts bringing up some of the schematics for the miniguns on one of the computers and looking through and going, okay, so I've got to reball that, and just ignores you, essentially. After that point, gets her head into her work.
I'm going to find a bunk and have some rest.
You guys don't have bunks yet. You have your... Between the group, you have 2 tents that you set up when you need them. Because the other 2 got exploded and burned.
I'm going to go find the old grave of our companion that died, and I'm going to lay on top of him and go
It's
to bed.
just outside there. It's nice. There's a little
Correct.
grave marker for it and everything. Yeah.
I'm going to go sleep on top of his grave and talk to his head.
In the distance, a car horn goes off.
Poor Sir Dan. All right. If nobody has anything else,
I would also
Hmm?
like to donate a combat rifle and an NCR service rifle and metal armor. And I'd like to ask Heidi if she has any stim packs, because I'm all out.
Heidi goes stim packs. That's go see the doctor.
All right. I'll go see the doctor.
um,
Dr. Board, have you got any stim packs?
he's sitting in the jail cell watching over Marvin. The whole time.
Mhm.
So
Did
are
he
you
bring
going?
anything over we can roast?
Any meat?
Somebody call for a doctor.
I mean, you're walking in on me on my head, Marvin holding me by my maintenance tentacle, and the doctor watching.
Having marshmallows.
That's just next level creepy. I love it. So, Dr. Bourne just goes, Rusty, yes, did you need something?
Could I have a stim pack, please? I'm all out.
Yeah, certainly. Just head into the hospital, grab whatever you need. On your right,
I'm out there. I'm turned around. I'm gone.
and all you hear in the
I
distance
heard
is
him say, "Grab whatever I need."
third shelf from the top. Just disappears as Rusty legs it for the hospital.
How do I set an item to nothing?
Delete it.
So like
Just
the
delete
items
it.
I'm donating.
Yeah,
So I
just hit
press
delete on it.
delete,
Yep. Just click on
but
the
then it
item
goes
name.
to whatever's the top of the list, which is a first aid kit.
What?
No, you've got to use the delete button on your keyboard.
Maybe because I'm logged in as a different. Oh, that worked, or someone else did it for me.
It's all good.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, I'll head to the hospital.
So in the hospital, you see the shelves and different items very well inventoried around the walls. The main stretchers in the middle where surgeries and recovery are done.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in here multiple times. You come in here for your regular checkups with Dr. Bourne. Everybody in the camp gets looked after intermittently. So what was it that you were looking for? So stim packs?
Impacts.
Yep. So depending on how greedy you're choosing to be, you can grab a handful of
How
stim
many
packs.
is there?
Take them all.
Look, you've got
I'll take
at your fingertips
3.
is the supply for the entirety of Abby's Chuckle Hut.
3.
All right, I'll take
Very
3.
good.
You'll take 3? Not a problem.
That's a fair number. It's like that's like petty crime.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just next to the stim packs, you do see there are a few stim pack diffusers sitting there as well.
What do the diffusers do?
So they AoE heal. So if you pop one of them, you can heal everybody within close range.
Okay, I'll take 1.
So they're a bit of a chunkier piece of kit, but
Mm.
certainly useful. I guess you wouldn't be looking at things like Radaway, would you? Radex?
Nope, I'm a ghoul.
Not for you specifically.
I need radiation to heal. I don't know if that's a thing in this.
Yeah, I do it when it makes sense.
Yeah.
Snort it every Sunday.
Oh, also, should I be healed? Not yet.
No.
You guys haven't
No, yes.
rested. You've traveled.
Oh,
You've gone
okay.
all
That's
day.
right, we've got exhausted.
Traveled
Yeah.
all night to gun it back here.
Can I lie down on the hospital bed and have a rest?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so nobody's in currently. Abby,
Yep.
you're just continuing to go for a walk in the area around?
Yes, but being deep in thought, I am looking around. So, am I finding anything during my travels?
All right. Well, what are you looking for in particular? Are you looking for random junk, or are you looking for things to hunt, or what are you keeping an eye out for?
Anything that'll help me with my job.
What do you define as your job?
The
To
boss.
heal people. I'm the doctor.
Correct?
Are you?
I mean, when you're not at base, she's the one who looks after everyone except for
Well, in all
Hal.
fairness, I'm never healed. Yeah, I never go to heal.
No, because you need maintenance.
You need an upgrade.
Abby, if you can roll me, let's say perception plus outdoorsman first. So, your mother was a tribal. You do still have a bit of knowledge of the outdoors. You picked up bits and pieces from her, but one of the things that you did find was some specific herbs that you can crush into a small poultice. So for all intents and purposes, you've essentially found a stim pack.
Nice.
Bush stim pack added to
so-
your inventory.
Yeah, bush stim. I think it would be, wouldn't it? Let's just up that so you're up to 5. There we go. All right, so a couple of hours pass. Based on where you guys are, the doors to the warehouse open, and the vault dwellers enter, looking around for the major. When they spot him, they gesture to him to come over. He walks over along with Gavin, who had helped him study Hal to see what was going on. And the female pipes up first, and she's just like, "So, what have you found?" And the major, he looks a little forlorn. He's making himself look as upset as possible. He holds his hands up, palms out, and he's just gone, "Look, it appears our Mr. Handy unit was following faulty programming. We have made adjustments to ensure that this never happens to your people again. And as an act of good faith, we have also disarmed him, so to speak. I expect that you've collected your friend's Pip-Boy, and they nod. The mage says, "Look, we apologize on behalf of the entire NCR for your friend's death. We do hope this will suffice as acceptable justice. Our offer to be friends stands, but we understand whatever your decision." And the male of the two is standing there, and he's tapping his foot, and he's not looking happy. He says, "Look, it will have to. We'll take this to our superiors. Both of them straighten their clothes,
Old crooked clothes.
nod at the major, and turn to leave. Now, who would be seeing them there? Abby. So as you're returning from your wander around, you are heading back in to the camp near the gate as the vault dwellers are walking out of the gate that's been opened for them. They get just outside the gate, and the both of them blink and disappear in front of you. Can you give me a perception plus science roll?
Since when did we have warlocks in this game?
Teleportation.
I think they're aliens. There was definitely aliens.
Are they from the Institute?
Oh, good point.
What were my two?
Perception plus science.
Yeah, cool. 1 success.
1 success, okay. For the briefest of seconds afterwards, you see a shimmer of the shape of them walking away. And after a few meters, they blend into the environment. You can't see them anymore at all.
Yeah, they're Romulans.
Some kind
Or
of
they're using
stealth
boys.
technology.
Cloaking device.
Alright, so at this point it is getting towards night. Hal, Marvin, you have been released from the jail cell. Marvin, you're in a very different state to how you were this morning.
Oh, it's so cold, man. So cold. Just
I mean, he's still a mutant, though, right?
Sorry?
well, that too.
He's still a mutant, right?
Yeah, he's like a smaller version of Rotclaw.
If that's possible.
Mini-me.
I still have my hair, thank you.
Now, first thing to address, Marvin, your armor has ripped and broken. So you currently have no armor on at all. You just have your clothes and your trench coat.
Trying to remember, did we ever pick up that spare super mutant armor?
You're not really a super mutant.
I left it.
Regular mutant.
I didn't take it.
What do
We
ghouls
leave it in the
wear?
car?
So there is currently a dead super mutant lying over the top of the APC that Rotclaw was using
Yeah, I was too.
as a
for
meat shield. He
meat shield,
deliberately
yeah.
did not take the armor off it.
Well, it's nighttime, so I'm just going to go for a bit of a wander and
It's not
check out the
nighttime.
car again.
Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, isn't it? Or are we in the evening now?
So this is, you've progressed. It's a couple of hours at a time. So apologies, I have not updated
I know
the
you
time
did
there.
say it was the evening.
Yeah,
but you
so
did
it's
say the evening and you let us out. Sorry.
yeah, so it's just coming into the evening now. Sun's starting to set. So Marvin, you're going for a walk. Is anybody coming with you?
I'll follow him. I feel like we've shared
You're
something
following?
today.
Yep.
Come on, handy campfire.
Are you grabbing anybody else?
Let's see. We're gonna go. I might bring Rusty with me as well and ask him to bring like any tools that we could use to repair the car.
The APC's been pretty battered.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair.
It drove here though, so it's not like it doesn't work.
Significant
know,
signs
get
of
the-
damage. When Marvin was driving it, basically every light was lit up on the dash.
I mean, it's 1,000 years old. It's probably going to have electrical issues.
Look, I just want to get some of the dints out of it, you know? Just because it's old doesn't mean it has to look bad.
Mhm.
You should know.
I'm not happy about being woken up, but I'll come.
Okay. All right, so Rusty, Marvin, Hal, can you all give me an intelligence plus science roll?
No. Because it's
Hell
going to
yeah.
be 2 fails. Okay, hang on.
Intelligence plus science. Hell yeah.
4, oh wait, 2 success.
All right, Marvin, even in your current state, you can remember the exact path to get back to the APC.
I
You
can smell the super mutant blood.
you sniff your way through the ruins and make your way back to the warehouse. When you get back there, the doors, the big double doors on the warehouse are closed. And something that was not there this morning is there is now a chain wrapped around through the handles on the doors.
Well, makes sense. You want security.
None of you put it there.
Ah, fuck. God, I'm already in major trouble already.
How long did we have to travel to get there?
So you're probably about 3 blocks away. You're just sort
okay,
of
so
you're
pretty-
deep into just this ruined area.
Yeah, okay. So where our base wasn't actually that far away.
Not far away. No, you deliberately parked it nearby.
Okay, that's fine.
Am I still wearing pants at the moment?
Look, you've still got clothes on. They're pretty tattered now.
Okay.
But yes, you still have clothes on at least.
Rusty, it's probably not great for me to go breaking in, but I mean, if you want to keep the car,
Do I want to keep the car?
Yes. It
I
has
don't
the
know.
big-
I say as I walk off,
It has the big
leaving
gun on
Hal.
top.
Al, keep an eye on Rusty. I'm gonna go. I don't know. What does super mutants do? Or am I a ghoul? And I just walk off, questioning my own existence.
I was curious about that too.
You've noticed I've deliberately left your description blank now? Because I'm not 100% sure exactly what you are now.
You just hear a loud super ghoul as I disappear
So
from
given
sight.
given Marvin's still my captain, I guess, and he didn't. No one gave the order to retrieve the APC, did they?
No, but I did tell you to stick with Rusty.
Then that is what I'll do. I'll stick with Rusty. Again, right up personal space. Fine.
Literally stick to him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, how? What? Would anyone care if I unlock this APC?
I just stare blankly at you because I think it's just me and you right now.
Can I do a perception or whatever? Can I see if there's anyone around here?
So, the area where this is, a couple of buildings have fallen over parts in the road, so it's essentially created like a dead end with the warehouse at the end of it. Are you going to try to climb up and get a high vantage point to see, or are you just looking from street level?
Well, since you suggested it, we'll climb up,
Mhm.
have a look from the top.
All right. So first thing, if you can give me an agility plus athletics roll to
Oh, I'm gonna regret this.
try
Okay, so I
to
need
climb.
8 or
Correct.
less.
Now considering,
Fail, 2 fails.
yep. So you, you weakly try to lift yourself up and can't even.
That's okay. I'm boosting him. I'm, I was told to stick with him. I was that close to him that I'd actually floated underneath him. So,
Yeah. Okay.
on that basis, can I assist purely just by existing underneath him?
I'm going to say it's going to be a separate roll because you're essentially ignoring what he's doing and you're just
Yep.
pushing him up. So if you can give me a strength plus athletics roll.
Okay. Okay, so strength is 4, 5, 10. So that is 2 successes and a complication.
You boost him all the way up to the top and straight up and over. Rusty's still trying to deal with grabbing onto anything as he goes up this wall, and you're going far too quickly for him. So Rusty, you take a tumble into the warehouse.
Mm,
Um,
into the warehouse.
yeah, so this warehouse you picked was essentially, it's the highest structure, but you know that
Okay.
there's no ceiling to it. The entire roof had collapsed in, but the walls around it seemed okay.
All right.
So you take a tumble in. If you can roll me 4d6, please.
Okay. 2, 5, 2, 5. What's the chances of that?
So you take 6 physical damage as you
Oh,
fall over the other side, and then Hal calmly glides down next to you.
Yeah.
So you,
thanks for the help, Hal.
What seems to be the nature of the medical emergency?
A cracked skull.
Ah, I will commence CPR, sir.
Nah, never mind.
Hal, you still go through the motions regardless of what he wants.
Yeah, I obviously pincers outstretched to commence CPR.
Mm-hmm. So as usual, Hal's pincers are about 30 centimeters away from Rusty's chest.
Mm-hmm.
He's never actually performed CPR. He's just followed through the motions, copying what other people have done in training.
Well, I'm pushing against his. Well, I'm just off his face, actually.
Okay, yep.
That's where the injury was.
Be like, Hal, my heart is beating.
Mine too, sir. My empathy is out of.
That's a lie. I never programmed you to lie.
But you did program me to love. And what a programming.
So Rusty, as you're looking around the warehouse, can you give me a perception plus outdoorsman roll?
Okay. Ooh.
So
14
currently,
or
all you can
less.
see is inside the warehouse. You've gone up to the top and then all the way over the wall.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Even in dim light, you actually can see okay. As the sun has set and it's starting to get dark. You can make out clearly the shapes of a deathclaw nest with 2 eggs sitting in it, just off behind where you parked the APC.
Hal, have deathclaws ever been sighted in this area?
Why no, sir? I have never seen death claws in this area. Well, that's not true, sir. I've seen them once.
Here.
Right here, sir. In this very building.
All right. I think we need to turn around and warn the camp.
Mm-hmm.
So the chaining is interesting. A death claw's known to chain.
Sorry, what's the context?
Because the doors were
Oh.
chained.
Oh. No. Death claws aren't known to chain.
Well, isn't that interesting, sir? Should we ask them if this is a new behaviour?
I think you should.
Very well,
And
sir.
I'll stay right behind you.
Death claws, attention, death claws.
Is this your whistle?
I run behind the APC.
Okay, so you're straight up at the back of the APC.
Get in the
Yeah.
APC. Shut the door behind you.
Can we hear Hal from the base?
Please say yes.
I'm going to say with that whistle, yes. You've just heard multiple whistles going off in the night. Marvin, were you wandering back to base, or?
I was.
Yeah, so you're about a block away from them, and you hear the whistles. Rotclaw, Abby, you two were both outside, so that would be quite reasonable to say that you would have heard the whistles coming from a few blocks away. Knowing that that's Hal's particular method of alerting people.
Yeah, if I've got my guns on me, I'll make my way back, but slowly, waiting to see if anyone will catch up to me.
All right.
I'll stroll back slowly.
Okay, so you're heading out. As Rotclaw, you and Abby are walking out. There's a couple of the soldiers on the walls that are. Do you guys hear that?
Yeah, that's just our stupid robot.
Got it. One of them does a half salute at you and open the gate for him.
As I'm walking out, I just hit the button and the minigun just starts rolling. Not firing, just spinning.
Which way are you aiming this?
Spooling up, they call it.
Spooling up, yeah.
Spooling it up.
Not at them, out towards the road.
They'd be completely fine with that.
Yeah, because he's carrying it and walking and just spools it up.
Yep.
As he's fighting. You know, it's fair.
Yep. And they're just looking out into the gloom, trying to see what's ahead of them.
I yell back, "You don't know our robot."
All right. So first thing, Rusty, if you would like to just roll me a d6.
Oh, okay. 6. 6 is good, right? 6 is the best you can roll.
You're standing at the back of the APC. You've deliberately stopped yourself from breathing for a bit to try to make as little noise as possible, and you are just listening intently. Can you give me another perception plus outdoorsman?
Okay. Outdoorsman's not a tag, so 2 successes.
2 successes?
Yeah.
Now remember, everything has +1 difficulty, DM.
I do remember.
That will still... difficulty, yep.
Rusty did have a nap for a couple of hours.
I slept.
You slept for a couple of hours? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say yes, okay. Rusty and Rotclaw, you can remove your exhaustion. You're not well rested, but you've had enough to at least get you through today. So Rusty with 2 successes, you cannot hear anything apart from the buzzing of the insects that's starting to pick up as night falls. Marvin, as you're... Are you sauntering back or are you running back?
Well, actually, for the first minute, has anyone caught up to me? So I'm sauntering first.
No, everybody's gonna be about 2 blocks away from you still.
Well, yeah, after a minute,
That-
I'll start. I'll book it.
Yep, you'll book it. All right. So can you roll me a d6 first?
D6. 5.
Okay. Are you keeping an eye out for anything, or are you just focused on getting back to them as quickly as possible?
I'm gonna be also just focusing, seeing if I'm like hearing any gunfire or yeah, anything like that.
All right.
Because I'm assuming they got caught.
Yeah, if you've heard panicked whistles, yeah, that would make sense.
Oh, can my whistles sound panicked? They're singular.
If you're blowing it over and over again all at once, that would I think that would strike me as
It's
panic.
you, Hal. So I'm assuming like you've got caught doing something wrong, so you're trying to blame it on Rusty.
Over here.
He's over here, gentlemen.
I'm just going to hover and pretend I'm just a maintenance robot sweeping the floor as they come past.
All right. So in which case, Marvin, if you can give me a perception plus outdoorsman.
Perception plus outdoorsman is 3 fails with a nat 20.
I
still don't have my glasses.
You don't have your glasses. You're puffing hard from running because even though you've kind of mutated, you're still not that fit. So you're exhausted. You're going, ugh. So you can't actually hear anything past your own heavy breathing at this point. The other 2, you guys are just walking back.
Yeah, pick up the pace a little bit. But...
Abby, are you doing the same? Keeping up with Rockclaw?
Last I knew, I was in the camp, tripping on people disappearing in front of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you're staying at camp. So you've heard multiple whistles going off a few blocks away after Marvin and Rusty and Hal left to go back to the APC that was parked a few blocks away from the Chuckle Hut.
Yeah, but I'm thinking I'm losing it because people just disappeared in front of me and I don't really know why, so kind of feeling like I've puffed a bit too much.
Okay, so you're staying put? Not a problem. All right, so at this point, Marvin, you would come running back into just in front of the warehouse. You wouldn't see Rusty or Hal.
Well, I'm listening out for gunfire or shouting.
So Rusty is trying to be as quiet as possible.
Is Hal still blowing the horn?
Hal, have you continued making noise? Or... Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm going to more than make noise. I'm going to go and proceed towards the nest.
Well, while Hal does that, I'm assuming that something's gone wrong, but no death claws or anything. So I'm going to find a nearby building that I can use as vantage and just watch, see what happens.
So pretty much the only building in this area that isn't just straight ruins is the warehouse that you accessed.
And you won't be able to see inside because it's like behind a chained up door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna watch like the entrances and exits, just see who's coming in and out.
So from what you've seen, there's two big double doors at the front. There's not really any other easy access. Any other doors are probably covered up by rubble on the inside. So you're just positioning yourself in the ruins, are you? Just nearby and just watching the doors?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got my gun at the ready just in case.
Okie dokie. Rusty, are you doing anything while Hal's drifting over to the nest?
I would also like to get into sniper position on top of the APC.
Okay, so are you going inside it and popping your head out the turret, or are you going to stand on top of the APC?
Or lie on top of the APC with my
Yeah, lie down.
sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just going to be facing into the back of this building,
Mm-hmm.
lying prone on the top of the APC.
How far off the floor is like the roof of the APC? So, like, what would eye height be to be able to see on top of the APC? Just asking for a friend.
So if we say the APC is probably going to be about, I want to say 9 feet tall.
What's eye height of a fully grown Deathclaw?
I'm just trying to think. Probably about that.
No worries.
Hmm.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
They're not small puppies. So Hal, you come over to the nest.
Mhm.
You see two pristine, perfect white Deathclaw eggs.
Mhm.
In this nest.
Okay.
You can't see anything else around.
Mhm.
There's just the two eggs there.
Okay. I say, Rusty, sir, it does not appear that there's anything here.
All right, let's head back.
Shall I open the doors and allow you to drive out, sir?
Isn't it locked?
Well, it's chained.
It's chained on the outside.
Which means I can't drive it, right?
On the outside of the doors to the warehouse, you're in an APC. You could probably drive through the wall if you felt like it.
I mean, I can just go out there and lock. Would you like me to open the chained lock, sir?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go out there and unlock.
All right. So at this point,
You know what? Actually,
Hmm?
I'm going to pull out my ham radio. I'm going to call back to base and say, I'd like to report I have found some Deathclaw eggs quite close to the base.
and Captain Lewis rocking back in his chair, and he's like, "Hang on, Rusty, where are you? Over?"
The warehouse next to the base.
All right. We haven't seen Deathclaws in there. We've swept this entire area. You sure?
Well, we found 2 eggs.
All right.
Pretty sure.
I'll send a couple of guys out to give you a hand. You gonna clear them up?
Give me a hand. What are your instructions?
Look. If you haven't seen the Deathclaws, destroy the eggs and get out of there.
I'd like to have when Rusty's been talking to us, and this was planned
Mhm.
before you said that. I want to see if I can sleight of hand the egg into my inventory without Rusty seeing them. I just really subtly, without any fanfare, just reach down and put them into my belly.
Are you trying to grab one or both?
I think you cut out there, Ben.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, it's not just me. Cool.
So are
Yeah,
you trying to
right.
grab one or both?
I've got 2 pincers now that I've got the Ripper taken away, so both at the same time.
Both at the same time. Okay.
Are you dropping the grenade?
No, I don't. I actually don't have a dead man grenade at the moment. It's being
You
used
had a
inside the
dead
APC.
man Molotov.
Yeah, it doesn't really work though.
Doesn't
does it?
really
So,
work. Yeah, look, we were talking it through last time, but it doesn't really work.
so I just have 2 pincers free now.
Okay.
After hearing Rusty over the radio, I'm going to radio in going drive over them with the APC.
Yeah, no, well, I've got my turn first. Buddy boo.
So while this is happening, I'll say to the boss, "Can I bring them back to base and we can cook them up? Get some protein."
Deathclaws have a tendency to follow whoever takes their eggs. We prefer to destroy them and get rid of the monstrosities, but
I like
if
how
you
you're
reckon you
thinking.
can manage
Okay. No, that makes too much sense.
it.
All right, I'll go and get onto that.
Okay, so as this is happening, Hal, if you can give me an agility plus sneak.
Okay. Now this is just to see whether or not Rockclaw sees it, because this is a simple
Rusty sees it, yeah.
Rusty. So I'll have these in my inventory one way or the other because I'm just picking things up. So this is just whether he sees it or not.
So this will be a contested then. So Rusty, if you can give me a perception plus sneak.
Okay.
By some sort of miracle, 2 successes, given I was rolling at 7.
So I need 13 or less. 2 successes.
And Hal's still suffering from exhaustion. So,
Right.
Rusty, as you said the words to Captain Lewis saying, should we pick them up? You look past the ham radio, and Hal is picking both of them up blatantly in front of you.
Hal, put them down.
Put what down, sir?
The eggs in your pincers that I'm looking at right now.
These aren't eggs, sir.
What do you call them then?
What do I call what, sir?
What's do I know Hal's shutdown code?
You have heard it uttered once. Oh, sorry. Actually, no. You guys have activated it prior. Can you give me an intelligence plus science
No,
roll?
he activated it with an interface. That was a physical interface to shut me down. He didn't activate it verbally, semantically, whatever.
Well, I got 1 success and 1 complication. So,
No, because they gave you the initial code and then they used the shutdown code. So, 1 success. Okay, you just barely remember this. And you know the maintenance code. So, General Atomics, override, what was it? B3XUA2. Rusty utters.
yeah. I'll say that out loud.
And Hal, you immediately stop what you're doing and pop your maintenance port out.
It is limited.
Do the eggs fall out of his pincers and crack on the ground?
Let's make that an... Let's go agility plus athletics to see if you can keep a hold of them while all of a sudden your body is involuntarily doing things.
I think you should be rolling that then as a DM.
Okay.
It's more of a world chance.
Yeah, yep, fair. Alright, you rolled a 17 and a 7. You manage to keep hold of them for just a second, and then you basically you stop, you go rigid as he says that, and both of your hands flick back, and both of the Deathclaw eggs go behind you and smash in the rocks and debris as
I'll
you present
say,
your maintenance port and just stand there rigid, not moving.
I'll say, job's done. Cancel maintenance routine. Let's head back.
And all of a sudden Hal, you just shake and you're back to doing what you're doing, but now you have no Deathclaw eggs in your hands and you're not sure why.
Hello, and thank you for activating the N808C
Twice in one night. Alright, at this point, Rockclaw, you've walked into the area where the warehouse is. You see the doorway up ahead. Marvin, you would have seen Rotclaw walking up. Do you make yourself known?
Nope, gun is pointed at Rockclaw because I can't see shit. I just see a big blob.
You see a green blur that's vaguely Rotclaw shaped, but the thing that really tells you that it's Rotclaw is the giant blue box that's attached to his back.
On my back.
Yeah, I'll let my presence be known. Hey, Rockclaw.
Hey, mini me. What's going on?
I think either they got busted for breaking in and trying to steal the car, or Hal has killed Rusty.
What do you mean? That car's ours.
Yeah, but it's also legally the NCR's.
Yeah, we didn't tell him we had it.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Someone's chained the door. They might have found it. So let's just hope that Hal just killed Rusty instead.
Alright, I'm gonna go see if I can open the door.
Okay, I'm gonna hang back here. I can't get in trouble again. They'll take away my drugs. Anyone else? I wasn't here.
So, Rotclaw, you walk up to the two doors.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to rip the chain off the
Just
door.
rip it clear off. Can you give me a strength plus athletics roll?
Three successes.
Very nice.
Oh no, four. Four successes.
Easy.
Mm.
So you'll get back 2 action points for that. You rip the chain clear off like it's nothing. Send it flying off into the ruins.
And I just like do the whole doors at the same time, like, what the fuck is going on in here?
And there's Hal standing there sheepishly with his pincers still in the air. And Rusty around the back of the APC.
Just remember, mutant bursting in. My subroutine to love you has been replaced with a substitute to love everyone.
Okay.
That's a threat.
Do you eat eggs, mutant?
Love eggs.
There's some that have teleported out of my hands onto the floor.
I'm gonna walk over to one of the eggs, crack it open, and pour it over Hal.
Well, it's already cracked.
It's already shattered. So
Okay.
scoop some up and pour it over.
Scoop some up and just like do it, in front of his face, like the cross of the Deathclaw yoke.
I mean, I don't care. Why would I care about an egg? I mean, I have a belly full of hands, and I don't have senses like skin. I don't care if there's egg on me. So I actually have no reaction It's irrelevant. It's like water dripping on me.
Now I'm gonna get in the APC and man the gun.
Mhm.
Tell Rusty to let's drive, bitch.
Alright, so you open the back.
Where are we going?
Where are you driving?
Yeah, where are you driving?
I say let's go get the boss.
And ride off into the sunset?
Yeah, well, get away from these fucking vault dwellers.
They left us.
They're about to head off anyway.
They already are gone. The hell?
Well, they're apparently in charge of the NCR, so I don't trust that.
Sir,
I'm just gonna start wandering back to base now. I haven't heard any gunshots or anything, so I'm leaving.
You're just leaving.
and
mean-
unfortunately, I can't.
I don't want to
file-
get caught.
I can't file reports for insolence anymore, so I can't do anything.
Alright, so Rusty, are you driving this or what are you doing?
I still need some more understanding of where we're going or why we're leaving.
Back to the base to get the boss.
Sure, we can drive back to the base.
My car.
So
Uh,
I'm definitely driving back to the base now.
So, it's my to remind you, merely hours ago, this car was hidden from the NCR to avoid being court-martialed, and now we are driving it into the base for an unknown reason.
I'm on the gun, so I don't care.
Alright, so we're sitting in a warehouse. Rusty's confused
Yeah,
as to why he's driving.
yeah. I might walk back.
Mhm.
Yep.
Hal, what are you doing?
Well, I was commanded to walk with Rusty.
Okay, so you're sticking with Rusty. So Rocklaw, you're up on the turret in the APC. You turn around and there is the body of the super mutant just there, still wearing super mutant armor.
Which I think was the reason that you guys were going here.
That's
Yeah, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Very well.
Alright, what are you wanting to do?
I'll stay where I am.
Okay. So
Uh,
the group starts heading back to Abby's Chuckle Hut.
Zahn, the mutant's about to be murdered by some death claws when they return and find their nest all busted up.
So let's say you wait for the first 2 minutes, and by that time the others have gotten a distance away. If you can roll me a perception plus outdoorsman.
Goodbye. And good riddance, quite frankly.
2 successes.
2 successes? Okay. While you're sitting up on this turret inside this virtually deserted warehouse, the smell of egg yolk all around you, you hear a very coarse voice just be like, Rotclaw, you alone?
Yes.
The hell?
You've done your work? You coming back to the fold?
In time.
You stink of these NCR.
Like sunscreen.
If you'd like, you can have some fun with it. Tell them we're coming.
Okay. And on that note, I'll get out of the APC and head back to the base.
You running to catch up with the others or just walking back?
Just walking back slowly.
As you guys are heading back, Hal, can you give me a d6 roll, please?
2.
Can you give me a perception plus outdoorsman?
Yep, perception plus outdoorsman. So that would be a 1 success, sir.
1 success.
Mhm.
As you're scanning around you, doing your usual routines, just observing,
Yeah, of course.
everything around you seems silent. Nothing moving apart from the crunching of gravel under Rusty's feet, a little bit ahead of you, Marvin, plodding,
Yeah, that's
seeming
well,
kind of solemn.
fine and not reacted to because all of my subroutines were written based on triggers. No triggers.
Yep.
No alarm.
Yep.
It's not a very good fail-safe, but I'm a Mr. Handy, not a freaking military spec robot. Bloody hell.
Correct.
Yeah.
You are a civilian model, so you know they've kind of retroacted what they can on you, but
Yeah,
it's
but the
still-
reality is I'm going to be quite simple. So there's going to be an input and you get an output. There's not going to be like error checking of like, it is weird that there are no inputs for X amount of time. So I'm not going to have any of that. So no, I'm good.
Rotclaw, did you grab the super mutant armor for Marvin? Just start dragging that back with you.
Yeah, I'm dragging it back.
Abby, are you still hanging around at the front of the Chuckle Hut?
I assume I'm waiting for them to come and get me.
Yep. So you've heard Hal's whistle off in the distance, but you haven't reacted to it.
Not as quickly as you would think.
Yeah. Just chilling out, thinking about life.
Exposure.
Are you inside the walls or outside the walls at this point?
Walked back out looking for people.
Just looking around. All right. Abby, can you give me just a straight D6 roll? 4. Can you give me a perception plus outdoorsman roll? 3 successes. So, because you've been out there for a while, the guards have closed the gate again. All you've got to do is sing out if you need it open, but they're happy with you just wandering around out there. You see down the road the rather sorry group heading back. Let me just reposition some of this stuff. You've got Hal and Rusty sticking together. Then you've got Marvin a little ways ahead. And just as you see them coming up, off in the distance behind them, you see Rotclaw. And then something flits just on the edge of your vision, out in the gloom, beyond the torchlight, beyond what you can see. Can you give me an intelligence plus science roll? Let's actually, intelligence plus science or intelligence plus outdoorsman, whichever you would prefer in this case.
Was that me? Sorry.
This is Abby.
I am.
Nah, it's a double fail.
Double fail. Okay. You see the bulk of something
Oh no.
trailing the group.
What is rock for?
Shift you across a little. If I can get the angle right. Oh, come on, grab on, you twit. Abby, do you react when you see this large creature moving?
I'll just sort of crouch down a bit behind my little wall
Mhm.
and sort of say, 'cause I'm assuming now I can see them.
Correct. You can see them. This is off to the side. You're seeing.
So, like, maybe try to get their attention and point behind them.
So you're waving, you're shouting. What are you doing?
I don't want to alert or this thing to know that I'm alerting them, so I'm not going to shout at them, but I'm going to like wave and be like, "Wait, over there."
We have a radio.
Do I still have the radio?
You've always got the radio on you. It's just a handheld that's probably
probably.
hanging on your belt.
Yeah, but it might be too loud. It's pretty much like shout at them, unless it's something that's like in the ear.
Fair.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's definitely not because I'm quite vocal whenever I answer or receive it.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I feel like we've come up with a predetermined something behind you sign language, and I just use that, and they know what I'm talking about.
it'll just be two fingers to your eyes pointing behind them. Yeah, I mean, anyone vaguely military would know that.
You've
Look.
all done a bit of service. You can communicate with hand signals. We'll say that Abby has
Look is
sufficiently pointed off to your left of the group, and is anybody taking notice of Abby, or are you just trudging in?
I will, because I follow my captain's orders.
True.
I've been told to look. I will, while still walking, if you like, hovering in one direction. I turn, continuing to move in the same gait, but now looking behind me.
Mhm.
Kind of like an owl.
Rusty, Rotclaw, Marvin. Look, Marvin's probably going to be struggling here.
Yeah, no, I don't notice anything because they're using hand sign.
You're seeing a big yellow thing, a blob that kind of changes shape a bit.
If you
That's a
like.
weird looking chicken. Am I still high? Or is this just the radiation?
So off a distance to your left, in the gloom, you do see a Deathclaw. Immediately from the wall, one of the soldiers has obviously spotted it moving. Flicks around one of the spotlights on the Deathclaw. Now we will...
Abby's Chuckle Hut. This is Abby Group receiving. Oh, Abby's Chuckle Group calling Abby's Chuckle Hut. Do you receive? Over.
Hal, are you having a stroke?
Sorry, sir. It was a first-time reboot. My code was a little bit out of whack. Are you having a good day, sir?
Who are you talking to here?
Who received at the base? So the radio.
That'd be Captain Lewis at this time of night. So,
Okay, very well.
Yeah.
Captain, I see you've got the night shift again. You couldn't get someone to cover, or perhaps you wouldn't pay their overtime, sir. Ha 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 ha. Joke concluded. There's appears to be a giant death claw bearing down on us. Over. We're just outside the base. We'll attempt to run in. Would you mind opening the gate?
Deathclaw. Fuck that. Can you guys deal with this? And gunfire rains out from the wall down on this thing. You see it ducking and moving as it heads towards making a beeline for you, Hal.
Me.
You're covered in egg.
Sir, it appears that the Deathclaw is targeting me. I'm going to attempt to Scarpa. Over and out.
I would agree. Scarpa.
I
So
am
first up is Abby.
Acting towards the gate. For what it's worth.
Yep, so
There
we're
you
in
go.
initiative order at this point. So
Okay,
I
well-
did give you those extra 2 action points from earlier. So
Yeah.
Abby, you are first up. You've spotted this thing straight away. And it's heading at the group.
I kind of like my wall. So I'm thinking, can I just be ready to throw my spear when it gets in range?
Yeah, absolutely. If you'd
Okay.
like to just ready your action. So you're ducking down, waiting for its spear at the ready. Just
Yes.
waiting for it to come in. Next up, Rusty.
Where am I?
So you are at the edge just here. So this is you. This is Hal that's
Yeah.
stuck to you. Marvin's ahead, Rotclaw's slightly behind. Abby is off over here.
Who's that behind us? Is that
Rotclaw.
Rockclaw?
Yeah, so he's a little way back. He's just catching up to your group as you got there.
You said you had us on the big screen, Gregors. Or is that...
The
not me?
interface was covering up the top
I
right.
removed the
Oh,
interface just to make it
that's
easy for this shot. Yes.
Yeah. I might aim and take a shot.
Rusty takes a knee. Yep.
I might use an action point.
Go for it.
Alright. Is that all? 2 successes.
So in the gloom, because they've lit it up with a spotlight, just enough for you to be able to hit it. I've rolled for damage.
So that is 10d6.
Jeez. The hell
I
are
must
you?
have taken a perk that gives me, because I think it was 96 last time.
Did you
and
take
then
the gunslinger?
possibly, yeah. I also get 3 rerolls because I aimed of my bullet dice, or
Come on.
damage dice. Get rid of a 4, get rid of a 4. And that's it. So I'll reroll 2 d6s. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 effects.
What's the effect?
Hang on, let me check
Is
my...
this your sniper rifle?
Yeah, piercing.
Yeah, piercing. Yep.
Ooh, that's good. This is good.
So you hit it square on. Seems like it's a solid hit. It's ducking and weaving. It shrugs off that shot. You've impacted into a spot that seems to be pretty heavily armored. You've definitely done damage to it, but not as much as you were hoping.
Well, I was hoping for it to drop dead.
Disappointing.
All right. Up next is shit. Who goes next? Is it Marvin or Rotclaw?
Rocklaw.
Rocklaw. You're behind the pack a little ways. You've just
Yep.
seen off to your left this Deathclaw get lit up by a spotlight.
I'm gonna move up to the cover on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna throw the the first one. Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw the super mutant armor at Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
And go put this on, and I'm gonna ready my weapon. When it gets in close, I'll open fire.
Yep. Minigun, is that medium range or long range? I can't remember.
Medium.
Medium? Cool. Okay. Alright, so up next, Marvin, you've just been thrown some super mutant armor.
How long does it take me to put that on?
Gonna take you a full action.
10 minutes.
I'm not making it plate armor in friggin' D&D. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
hard.
chuck that on.
Mm-hmm. So you can still use a minor action if you're trying to, like, put your pants on one leg at a time while kind of jogging, running. That's fine.
So what's the armor called?
Super mutant armor. And I wouldn't have
can't
changed
see.
your...
No.
It's fine. Add 3 physical, 3 energy. Whenever you're doing your calculations, I'll fix that up in between.
Yeah, I can't even change those. I'll just pop that
Because it's
down
looking at a
here for
different part of
now.
the sheet. I forgot about that.
3 and 4. All right. And as for movement, I'm gonna go rejoin at the barrier. So standing. Actually, I'm already there, aren't I?
You're at the barrier here. Did you want to head for the gate, or are you heading for Abby's?
No, I'm gonna just use my minor action to aim for next turn.
Okay, yep. Alright, so just dropping to a knee, lining it up.
Yep.
Alright. Next up is Hal. This thing is looking directly at you.
Yep, I am. So I am going to dash
Mhm.
and also use action points and fucking basically I'm going to use. So firstly, add 2 action points just to start the administration.
Alright, let's get that sorted first. Yep.
Yep. Alright. So I'm going to make sure I read the cheat sheet correctly. Okay, so firstly, as my minor, I'm going to use all of my movement towards the gate.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so that's gonna get you, yeah, if you're avoiding the barbed wire, the razor wire, that'll get you to there.
I can use a major action to move again, that same distance,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Sprint.
Sprinting.
I'm going to use 2 action points to sprint again if I need to get to the door, which I think I will, being at that distance.
Yeah, that'll basically get you to the gate. The gate is currently closed.
I am aware. And I say, gatekeeper, gatekeeper, would you mind awfully? And that is my turn.
Alright, so we've got two of the guards. He's gonna dash and get up onto the wall. He's gonna get most of the way around. And he'll get part of the way around. The guards up on the wall just unleash a barrage of fire at the Deathclaw. It is shaking off and dodging what they're doing, ducking and weaving, as just dirt and dust is just spraying up from all the rounds that they're firing at him. You're seeing a couple connect, but not many as you go. The Deathclaw following Hal
Mhm.
Almost gets into range. Lunges, claws outstretched, trying to catch up as you're just that little bit too fast. So back to top of the round, Abby.
Yep.
I am going to say that your action was triggered as it was ducking its way past. So first thing will resolve last round, if you can roll to hit.
Two success.
Yep, so just enough in this awkward light.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus an effect.
So which effect are you going with there?
Piercing.
Going with piercing on that one? Yep. So you build up all of the pressure on the arm of your power armor and lob it as hard as you can. It sticks into the side of the Deathclaw. It's still moving like it's completely unimpeded. So this is now the start of your next turn. That was resolving the last one.
Oh, so try again.
So roll to hit.
Critical fail.
Mm.
And a fail.
You hit Captain Lewis.
Oh my god, you killed Heidi. Your other spear clatters off past, narrowly missing.
Well, shit.
Are you using your minor action for anything?
No.
All right, up next, Rusty.
Gesundheit, Captain. Would you mind opening the door?
I will aim and fire again. I might use an action point.
Yep, go for it.
All right. Sorry, deleting my million d6s. 1, 2, 3 d20s. 3. Hang on. What's my? Make that a 5 hits. I got a 8, 5, and 6, and that 5s and 6s count as crits. My small guns are 6. 5 successes.
Jesus.
Okay, and re-rolling 3 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. With 1, 2, 3, 4 effects. Can't hear you, Nos.
Yeah, no.
If you're talking.
Yep, okay. So, much like your first shot goes clean through, you know you've hit it. You see the faintest spray of blood. But it's still motoring at Hal.
It's a robot Deathclaw?
I mean, you have seen it bleed. All right. Up next is that Rocklaw?
Now that hasn't come in range of the medium.
No, it's basically it just skimmed Abby's range. You were a little bit further away.
Yep. No, I'll just hold.
All right, so just holding an action.
Yeah, I might just use my miner to switch from minigun to missile.
Okay. All right, Marvin.
All right. Well, this is the Deathclaw, and it's pretty pissed. So I'm going to take a hit of Jet as a miner.
Yep.
Then I'm going to move in range for medium hits.
All right. Yeah, that'd be easy. So you move up to the edge of the road there.
All right.
What are we
Burn
firing?
an action. Laser rifle,
with?
and then burning an action point with it.
Yep, easy.
Is my aim still in effect from last turn?
That would have dropped off because you've now taken another minor action.
That's all good. Well, at least I had perks instead. 2 successes, I mean.
2 successes, so just enough to be
Yep.
able to hit it.
Cool. And then it is 86. Been so long. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So 8 damage with 3 effects. Oh, 4 effects, sorry.
Alright, so
And then
effects on
I'm
your
assuming
so
it's still.
you've got piercing on that. Yep.
Yep. Oh, burst and piercing.
Okay, so sorry, are you firing your auto laser rifle or your laser musket? I misunderstood.
Auto
Okay.
rifle, so it's got 2 effects on it.
The only target that is within range to burst onto would be Hal.
Tempting, but no. All right, then another attack because of the jet. So let's burn another action point with another 2 successes.
2 successes. Yep. So another hit.
That is 1. Six damage with 3 effects.
So you rip 2 full bursts at this, and
one fat bag.
laser fire just tearing through its hide. Big scorched burn marks all over it. That causes it to wince and stutter at the last second as it's lunging for Hal.
Nice.
I agree.
With that, Hal, it is your turn. A hell of a lot of damage you dished out to it just then.
I knock on the door. I say, "Sirs, the gate hasn't opened yet. Sirs and madams, if that helps." And I say to our lot, "This is the time that you save the Hal, be inspired, and be free. And for the NCR." And I would like to.
You're rallying?
A rally, yeah.
Yep, so if you can give me a charisma plus speech. Sounding very Churchill-like. while you're doing so.
I'm having a 15, so that'll be 3 successes.
3 successes. Easy. So, an excellent rally there. Back to full action points. As you are turning around in a full display to the group after quietly knocking on the gate,
Mhm.
the guards up on the wall are not even worrying about opening the gate for you at this point. They don't give two shits. They are just unloading at this thing. So with that, they have one more gets added to it. Okay. So after the barrage from Marvin's laser rifle and the continuous fire from up above, the sniper rifle shots and spears going into this thing, the NCR guards finally fire one nice, perfect shot that goes straight through the eye of this Deathclaw, and it drops at your feet, Hal.
I immediately start using my pincer to attempt to chop through its hands.
Just out of
Well, that subroutine triggers.
yeah, out of interest, is this a friend or a foe?
I could tell it was a foe because others had declared it a foe.
Okay, yep.
Foe detection can be a proximity thing because it wouldn't be practical otherwise.
So, are you doing the old grab and twist with your pincers, where you spin them up to try to twist the hands
Well,
off?
because you've taken my ripper away, I'm just going to have to try and give him the clamps like I would a
Okay.
simple armor or something.
Yep, okay. So, in which case, we'll make this a strength roll. These are big.
I am defiant, so I'm happy to do this all day, like a dog chewing on a bone. But yep. So strength, and what?
Let's say strength plus athletics. You're just trying to just squeeze through.
Yeah. Okay.
Deathclaw bones there.
Athletics. Yep. No problem. I really want to get this, so I'm going to use an action point.
I'm not making a separate item for Deathclaw hands.
No, that's fine.
Just putting it out there.
Okay, 4 successes and 1 complication.
4 successes. Yes, you managed to get through them. The first hand, you squish straight through the wrist. You know exactly where to pop the bone apart and rip this hand off. The second one, you try doing the same. You now have a Deathclaw hand is basically jammed into your own pincer. So you're walking around with two pincers, and you've got one Deathclaw hand stuck in your pincers. You can't get the pincers open again.
Okay, that's fine.
So
I'll add one to the inventory, and we'll think about the other one.
Well, yeah, maybe make a note of the other one.
It's my knocking hand too, so I'm actually now knocking on the door like with the knuckles, like the back of the knuckles. I knock on the door because I originally go forward, and it was just like I was trying to high five the door. That doesn't make a noise, so I spin the clawed over and I give it like a rap with the back of the knuckles.
Yeah.
To sort of like knock on the door. Exactly.
Once the soldiers see that you guys are dealing with it, they spread apart and work their way back around the wall. A couple of floodlights go out at different points, trying to see if there's anything else, and until few minutes later, they open the gate, allowing just enough so that you can come through.
Of course, float through.
One of the guards, seeing that,
I
wanders
wave
out.
to him with the death claw hand.
He's just like, just gonna go take a look, and he comes out and he's like, ah, it was only a baby one. That's not too bad.
Well, you know what Marvin says. And I just walk off.
I do say that a lot, actually.
Not since the court martial. You've been advised you're not allowed to anymore.
My lawyers told me no more comments.
I mean, who knows what Marvin says? He could say anything.
He could say anything. Who knows? So for that, you can all have 1 experience for defeating a juvenile deathclaw.
You said baby.
And I need to go to bed. Night.
Okie dokie. Good night. Alright, so you go about cleaning up the Chuckle Hut. You...
I would like to just float directly towards a charging port. I think my like low battery has been triggered here, and I uncommanded float towards the charging port.
Yep. So you going into very low power mode, float to a charging port. Everybody else sets up their respective bedding and tents, and you all get a very well-deserved rest. From that point, 6 weeks have passed.
Whoa, just like that?
Just like that.
Mm.
So at this point in time, you've got only a month left on your commissions at Abby's Chuckle Hut. You will have the opportunity to either return to the NCR, head back to California and back to your previous lives almost 6 months ago. And the other option that you always have is staying on at the Chuckle Hut. As a free citizen, you would no longer be under the command of the military. You would be allowed to live here and come and go as you please. Is always an option for NCR citizens, so it's something to think about as you come into the last stretch. Now, what you see popping up around you as those weeks have gone by is that everybody has been chipping in. Every slated building that was meant to be completed has since been done. Jasper now has an actual bar to be able to serve his drinks and miscellaneous at. You now have housing instead of sleeping in your tents continuously.
Ooh.
So, over this 6 weeks, you've all been working exceedingly hard at getting everything completed. You have...
Even me?
Sorry?
Even me?
I would expect that your sense of duty would lead you to that, yes.
Very good.
You know, that's the whole reason you were sent up here, was to complete the
Carry on.
the settlement. Now, even though you are working that hard, you do have some downtime that you can spend doing a few miscellaneous bits and pieces. You are still left to your own devices for short periods. Now, so some of the things that you can choose to do, because you've got housing while you were building those, you can have dedicated more time than the rest on that to try to improve your repair skill, if you would like. So that is a free point of repair that can go above the typical 6 points. As an option. One of the other things you can do, you can forage or hunt for your own food to increase your overall rations. You can do the same with stockpiling your own water. You can look through nearby ruins for junk. Now, for some people, have already done some of the extras. So, Abby and Rusty, you can work at the farm for a period of time, which will make you a little bit healthier, give you additional HP. Is an option. You can spend extra time focusing on the assisting with the defense of the settlement. So for some people, I've already claimed it. So Abby, Rusty, or Rotclaw can choose to help defend the settlement more often and regain 1 physical resistance. Or sorry, gain 1 physical resistance is an option. I'm just trying to think, did I have this as a... Oh, as an image that I could bring up. Apologies.
Was it 2 things that we...
Is there a limit to your physical resistance?
Limit? No.
Back
Nice.
to an unlimited power.
On over again. Okay. Let me just see. No, I did not have the image for that. Apologies. Missed that on my check. You can choose to train a combat skill, working with the soldiers directly, having them more rigorously teach you about a particular weapon type, and gain 1 point in any combat skill. You can spend time training with Dr. Board to increase your medicine skill. Or you can spend time shooting shit with Jasper at the bar to increase your speech skill.
No, I'm going to do defense and repair.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do defense and speech.
Okay, so Rotclaw. Defense and repair. Marvin. Defense and speech. Marvin, you already did physical resistance last time. So you can train a combat skill. So medicine, repair, a combat skill, or speech.
Can I do 2 lots of speech?
You know what? Sure.
Cool.
So if you want to add 2 to your speech skill, Rot Claw, I've got to edit your defense manually. Rot Claw, you can add 1 to your repair skill.
Yeah, done that. We would have been back to full health by now.
Yeah, so I was about to get onto that. Okay, so Rot Claw's taken that. Hal?
I think I've already used all the good ones, right? I think I've already gained HP
So-
and physical, right?
You've taken physical resistance, HP, and a combat skill, so you could take medicine, repair, or speech.
No, I'm capped on speech, so I don't think I can do that.
So these skills I will allow to push you up to 7.
All right. Well, I'll take a speech,
Mhm.
please. Okay, good. So I'm rolling against 18 on speech now. Very good. And I will. If I can't help with the farm, let's. I don't use ammo. Well, I will look through nearby buildings for junk.
Mhm.
Just I think that's the only thing I've got left, basically.
Yep. So if you want to roll me 2d6, please.
No problem. 14 and 6.
On a d6.
Oh,
I don't think you can roll a 14 on a d6.
3 and 5 is obviously what I meant to say.
All right, you find a tarp and a
Uh-huh.
lighter.
Okay, I leave both of them there because I don't care.
Rusty?
I might take the physical defense.
Feel free to take some time if you want, but
You've had enough time.
Well, I don't remember what I did last time.
all right. So Rusty, you have not taken the physical resistance, so that's fine. We
Cool.
can add that to the
Mhm.
defense. You have not taken bonus HP. You have not taken a combat skill or medicine or repair or speech.
You haven't taken any of the good ones.
I think he's looked for rations and water,
Yeah.
stockpiling mainly.
That
Well,
people
yeah.
stole.
That a lot of people stole.
I applaud your lack of metagaming.
I'll train repair skill so I
Mhm.
can exceed up
Correct.
to 7.
Yep. So you can edit that one. I'll fix
That's
up your defense.
crazy. Oh, so you're doing the defense one?
Yeah. So that part I
Yeah.
get it to calculate automatically. It's only skills that I can't do. I'm trying to figure out how to do that for the next campaign, but I'll figure that out in the future. That's fine. Future bets.
I've made a personal goal to learn Python, so
You can probably just write me a program for this. That's
I
fine.
think isn't back end of this in Python or is it Java?
It's JavaScript.
Ugh, I'm never
Yeah.
using Java.
Correct. Like you butchered your way through to get the last one, all the things that you wanted.
Carry on.
Excellent. All right. So I'll go through with Abby.
So
later.
just confirming, you're going to put up my physical resistance to 3 in the back end.
Yes, I
somehow.
will. Yep.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right. So during this 6-week period, the settlement has become a lot busier. There's been a lot more troop movements backwards and forwards. You have, unfortunately, been the victim of quite a number of attacks over this time that seem to be getting worse. Sorry?
What was the number?
What was the number?
I'm a robot. I would remember how many attacks.
How many attacks? You have had 17 plus a minor skirmish.
Okay. Battle hardened. Let's go.
So that's the thing. You guys aren't wanted in this area. Like, you forcing out a spot for yourself has been hard fought. The NCR that garrisoned the military base after you left Gavin, Colonel Olson have spent long periods of time there as well, and they have been tearing the place apart, trying to get as much good material as they can. And now that it's been inventoried and set aside, there has been allocations of pre-war tech, weapons, armor, and the base itself has been quite useful to the entire effort. But the attacks have been constant, with super mutants coming from across the river north, from the city in the west that the NCR has not been able to hold for any period of time. Anytime a foothold gets made in the city itself, it gets pushed back out, and it's a back and forth constantly, with the super mutants have been taking hold of larger portions of space. So at this point, the military base is still able to get some supply convoys through to Abby's Chuckle Hut, but you are cut off intermittently. During that time, now I will say, in lieu of Abby, Commander Admin Morris, Rusty, if you would like to roll 3d6.
Okay. Got a 6, a 2, and a 4.
6, a 2, and a 4. All right. So the first things that that come through, you've got your eye on them. You are looking for something specific. What would you be looking for when it comes to gear being pulled out of the military base that you might want to get your hands on?
I've kind of got everything. I've got my sniper rifle.
Mhm.
What's my armor? Combat armor.
So you're currently wearing combat armor. You've got really decent military grade combat armor.
Keep an eye
Probably
out
more
for a
stim
high-end
packs.
bit of power armor.
So there was power armor sets. You do know would be something you could choose to request if you did want an armor upgrade. But it would be the same mechanics as Abby's. It would be treated as a vehicle.
Yeah, I'm good.
Not too worried?
Maybe
Okay.
it's stim packs.
Okay. How about leave it with me and I'll take a look at
Yeah.
a care package for you.
Cool.
Have we come across a fat man?
Getting to that. Marvin, you would have received something. Is there anything in particular you're looking out for? Now, keeping in mind, in your current form, you can't wear typical armor. You can't fit into power armor.
What's the name of the big... There's like a massive laser gun. Gauss rifle.
That one's not a laser one. That's a projectile based. You got the plasma rifle. Would be
Had that as
laser rifle, laser minigun. You know.
So you've got the
laser.
Yeah, you've got the Gatling laser. You've got is the really big one. That's counted under the big gun skill. You've got the biggest energy weapons one. Would be the laser rifle. It's a absolute beast of a thing that clears doors.
So I already got that.
Plasma rifle or plasma pistol?
Laser rifle.
No, plasma rifle is the upgrade from that.
I'll be looking for a plasma rifle then.
Okay. So in which case, if you can give me Now, at this point, you would have been healed up. Your luck has returned to full.
Yay.
Can you give me a luck plus energy weapons roll?
Energy weapons. Ha! Rolled on that one. So that is and a 3, so 4 successes.
4 successes? Okay, so you asked for a plasma rifle and they went, cool, how many do you want? So
I mean, oh, no one else could use them, can they?
you're the only energy weapons guy. So otherwise it's going to the special groups of military that would
I mean, I
handle.
offer that to them, but I do hold out a hand for any ammo that they might have in abundance.
So they do procure you a plasma rifle, and then to suit that, you are given another 20 plasma cartridges because they do take specialized rounds.
I'll also chuck in my laser musket in exchange for anything else, any other ammo.
As soon as you do that, because there's a few of the guys, particularly the ones that prefer their long range energy weapons, the laser musket is a very nice piece of equipment. So they managed to whip a hat around and get another dozen rounds of plasma cartridges for you.
Nice.
And then with a 6, Rusty, you can choose anyone that you would like to get an upgrade of any sort form. So either Rotclaw, Hal, or Abby. You can choose yourself, but you went for a care package last time, so I'm assuming there's not too much you're wanting at this point.
Yeah, no. So who needs what? Rocklaw, have you gained anything?
Fat man.
Sure, let's go.
I think he's sitting on 2 mini nukes at the moment. He really, really, really wants to fire it.
Correct.
Oh no. And Rocklaw push your wall.
Alright, so as you're talking over with some of the supply officers, you've managed to discuss with them the idea of trying to find a fat man, and he's like, look, they're difficult, but look, we'll see what we can scrounge up. Rotclaw, can you give me a luck plus big guns roll?
Can I use action point?
Not for this, no. This is not a skill check. This is deciding what level you get.
Just punch Marvin, and then it turns into a combat, and you can use them.
That is 1 success.
1 success. Okay. After some scrounging, they have found a cache of weapons at a different military point. It has been stolen from the super mutants, but it seems to be working. There was no rounds with it. So you can have one fat man.
Ooh, baby.
I thank you. 23d6.
And every time I have test fired it, my rolls have been shocking. Like, I think my first roll was 4 damage. It's either my first or second when I was doing tests with that. Alright, so when you're sitting around at breakfast the following day, The air is absolutely electrified, and you are deafened by the sound of a vertibird landing just outside Abby's Chuckle Hut in the
My
open
big brother.
space. Colonel Olsen has returned. It immediately flies back off again. He is dropped off with a couple of soldiers. They return. Everybody's standing alert because he's spent weeks at the military base, and he's come back in. And he gives the warning to everybody assembled immediately that the NCR is not doing as well as we were hoping in this region. This was meant to be bringing civilization. Unfortunately, with the constant raider and ghoul and super mutant attacks, Abby's Chuckle Hut is now considered one of the front lines. Everything north up until the military base is an island, essentially, is controlled by enemy groups. And for the next month, war is coming. And war never changes. That's where we'll finish tonight.
War is good for business.
Is there a version of BlackRock that operates out of this camp? I'd like to invest in it.
Sorry, what is BlackRock?
It owns like most of the companies that profit from war.
Ah, okay.